What's up, folks? David Soto Jr. here, and this is the David Soto Jr. podcast. What's up, folks? Welcome to episode 21 of the David Soto Jr. podcast. I am your host, David Soto Jr., and I am outside of the Rayback Collective. It's this cool place where people drink beers. I don't know. But they added a coffee shop sometime last year, and it's cool because I like to stand up. I like to be able to stand up. The internet has something. For some reason, the internet's fine when you download or stream stuff, but to upload stuff kind of sucks. And so I don't come here on the days I'm uploading podcasts. But it's the morning as the weather is changing. I'm noticing it's hot as hell, and it's kind of deterring me from recording podcasts in the afternoon, what I've usually been doing. So I'm giving it a shot. The thing is the highway back here. It is a highway, but the 28th Street or whatever is right over here, and I can hear those cars. I don't know if you can, but I'm going to do this podcast. Today we're going to talk about, I'm not sure what to call it other than confidence. Today we're going to talk about confidence. And so let me start off with, if you listen to my last podcast, you may have heard me talking about, if you listen to the last podcast, I talked about How to Sell a Million Books Part 2. How to Sell a Million Books Part 2, I'm pretty sure that I said something about how now that I'm a better writer, I look at Los Chocolates and think, man, I wish I hadn't done that, or I wish that line was there, or I wish I had, there's just some things that I was like, wish I had changed, which as an indie author I can, so that's not a big deal. But I had gotten some, I called it not feedback. People were not telling me what they thought of my book, and it's because, I'm pretty sure because they didn't like it. And so finally, one of those people was brave enough to tell the truth. Now, I don't know if it was hard to hear, but she was brave, but she told the truth, and she sucked it up, and she was honest, and she told me that she couldn't finish it. She didn't like it. And that kind of bothered me, right? And that's why I was kind of down. One of the reasons why I was kind of down, and blah, blah, blah. I gotta stop saying that. Blah, blah, blah. I don't like that. So I decided to take action, right? I'm going to take action. I'm going to rewrite this fucking book. So I started rewriting it. And as I'm reading it, as I'm rewriting it, I'm like, this is pretty good. And I read the next chapter. And I don't know if I tried to write the chapters so they're like a little bit of suspense. Like, ooh, I gotta find out what's happening next. This fool is crazy or something, right? And after I finished each chapter, first of all, the rewrites just went smooth. Like, chapter 1, boom. Chapter 2, I was like, man, I already did 2 chapters. This is a novella. It's short. I'll be done in no time. But as I keep writing, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Oh, he's putting a lawnmower on a trailer. As I keep writing and I keep reading and rewriting, I'm like, shit, that's good. And I am engaged in my own character story. I want to know more. I'm like, whoa, this is pretty good. In the end, my conclusion is that I realized that this book is good. This is a good story. This is fun to read. This is exciting, and it has elements that I really like about magical realism. If it was anybody else's book, I'd leave a positive review. I do a book video. It is really, really, really good. For me, in my opinion. If you don't like it, tough shit. And that's what I realized I have to, and I've said this for years, but I have to not. And here's the thing: as an author, you care about what people think, but I really have to not care what people think because, or at least not let it get to me, right? I have to let what others' opinions of my work not influence my mood or how I feel, right? Because I was embarrassed. I was ashamed of that book, considering, well, what happens if I take it down? I should take them down from, there's still that Bullard bookstore. I should go have them removed. What was I even thinking? Imposter syndrome. Like, I'm thinking of all of these things. I'm embarrassed about this book. I'm ashamed that I wrote this book. And then when I took action and started rewriting it, I realized it's fucking good. I'm not ashamed of this book. I'm not ashamed. Yeah, there's some things I wanted to take out. Yeah, I wanted to take out all the unnecessary Spanish I put in. I thought it was kind of cool, kind of cute, but I was wrong. Uh, there's some cheesy lines in there, like in my attempt to be like Gabriel Garcia Marquez. I think I sound a little cheesy. I'm not like him. Um, so me trying to be something I'm not, to me, I can hear it sounds a little fake. Um, I'm not changing the story at all. I'm adding a line here or there, but basically the reason it's going so smooth is I was just cleaning it up a little bit, and so I'm going chapter by chapter, and I'm reading this book, and it's good. And now I'm feeling confident, right? Now I feel proud of this book. I can take my book. So here's the thing. I was like, what good are these bookmarks gonna do me? These Los Chocolates de Esperanza bookmarks. This book is dumb. I don't even want people to read it now. And now I'm like, I can't wait to start handing these fuckers out. I'm gonna hand these out. Like, my mood changed from one thing to another. All right. What happened? I took action, and I've talked about how action kills fear. Action kills a lot of stuff. I took action, and I started to do a rewrite. Now, that's the only thing that changed. And this is my point. That's the only thing that changed, was that I took action. The book hasn't changed, right? The book is still the same. Um, these I'm not done rewriting it. My other book came back from the editor, and I'm working on that. But I feel proud again. I haven't republished it. I haven't finished the read through. I haven't finished the rewrite. I haven't uploaded the Kindle. It's not on Amazon. The old version is still up there. But all of a sudden, I went from embarrassed and ashamed to confident and proud of my first book. Fuck yeah, it's my first book. And it's a good story, too. And if you don't like it, then you don't like it. It doesn't make it not a good story, right? Neither does my feelings about it. If I feel sad or embarrassed about it, it doesn't change that. The book is still there. The story is still there. If I feel happy and proud, the book is still there. So, all in all, it comes down to the choice I made. Do I choose to be happy? Do I choose to be sad? Do I choose to be confident and proud? Or do I choose to be embarrassed and ashamed? Because nothing changed except me reading a book and realizing that my work is good. Realizing that there's nothing wrong with this. This is a pretty goddamn good book. Um, and that's where I'm at. It's 9 minutes. Should I end this podcast right now? Hmm. Uh, I guess to piggyback on this topic, I could talk about the fact that I have to stop also along the same lines is comparing myself to other people. And that's where writing books, I mean, you want to compare yourself to other. I read other people's work and I'm like, my book's not this good. I entered a contest and I thought I was really, really creative with this story um, writing prompt, and I thought I did a hell of a job. And when I tell this story to people, they're like, "Whoa!" They like freak out. One person said like the hair stood up on their arm. Like it's a really, really cool story. I wrote it. I put it down. Sent it to him. I felt confident. Felt confident that I was gonna win. It's a weekly contest. Some other cat won. I was like, "This is bullshit." And I read his work. I read the story that won, and it was good. It was better than mine. It was written better than mine. I don't know that it's a better story. And I don't know if that really got me down or what. I messaged him. I was pissed off that I didn't win until I read your story. Your story is definitely better written than mine. Definitely good. And, but I can't let things like that affect me, right? They picked him, not me. Like, I was pissed. Oh, this is stupid. Whatever. And then I read a story and I see why. Like, I can't let other outside forces affect my mood, my attitude. Um, and then as far as comparing myself to others, that affects my mood if I let it, right? If I read somebody's work and think, oh, I'll never be able to write like this. Like, why am I doing that to myself? And or if I read somebody's work and think, I can write better than this. Like, what does that matter? How does that affect me or impact my overall goals in life? To compare myself to others. Does it make me better? It doesn't change, right? How I felt about Los Chocolates didn't change Los Chocolates. Whether I felt good about it or bad about it, the book has stayed the same. The story is the same. I feel confident about it now just by reading it. Just by rereading it, change my. And why do I let these things affect me? Um, Comparing myself to others. Now that I've been out dancing, I see other guys dancing and they dance a lot better than me. I'm like, man, I wish I could dance that good. Man, that guy's a lot better dancer than me. And then, like, what good does that have on my life? To compare myself to this guy and then be all sad bastard that I don't dance that well. On the other hand, I look at another guy and he's out of step. He doesn't know the combos. And I'm like, I can dance better than that dude. There, look at that. What good does that do? I'll tell you what good that does. I'll tell you, when I look at somebody dancing salsa and they're doing poorly, and I think to myself, hey, look at that. I dance better than that guy over there. What that does is set me up to feel bad when I compare myself to somebody who dances better than me. I look at this guy, I dance better than him, it makes me feel good. And then that makes me feel like, oh, if I dance better than him, it makes me feel good. That means I'm better. Not necessarily true, right? But it makes me feel like that. And then that programs me to, well, if that's the case, or not better, it means I'm good, right? I'm a good person. I'm a good dancer. When I compare myself to this guy, I'm a good dancer. And when I compare myself to this salsero over here who dances 10 times better than me, then that means I'm a bad dancer. It makes me feel like shit. Neither of my dancing has not changed, right? In this scenario, my dancing has not changed. It's the same. It's like Los Chocolates didn't change. How I chose to feel was the only thing that changed, not the actual thing. And this is what I need to learn. If the thing itself, the event, the the thing that takes place, if that does not change, but my mood changes, that means it's my choice. That means I'm doing it. That means I'm doing it. And I don't know where I lost my train of thought. I don't know where choosing these emotions, I'm not sure exactly how to do that. Is it just a matter of I choose to be happy? I'm not sure. I'm not the expert. But I think it is. I think it's just a matter of choosing it. Just saying it out loud. If the same fact, if I can go from one mood to the opposite mood, feel one emotion and jump to the opposite of the emotion, and nothing actually changed, whether it's los chocolates or whether it's my dancing skills, that's a choice that I made. And outside influences shouldn't matter. They don't change anything. Anyways, kind of all over the place. Not really, but I don't know what I'll title this podcast. But I gotta get my coffee. It's morning coffee time, folks. My name is David Soto Jr. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at David E. Soto Jr. And my website is www.davidsotowrites.com. You will start seeing the updated Los Chocolates. I think I'm going to put that on Medium. I'm just trying to get exposure. And now that I'm rereading this story, I feel confident enough that I can put it back out there, republish it. I might change the name and post it on Medium and just see what happens. I don't know. I need to get exposure. I need to sell 1 million books. And so I gotta do what I can. I gotta keep trying to get people out there. There are people who like my book, and I gotta attract more of them. I think that's it. That's all I got, folks. I appreciate you tuning in, and I'll see you later.